Hey, beautiful people. Welcome back. Foreign entities slash persons not required to file a U.S. tax return. I'm well aware that most people who hear about foreign trusts, layering trusts, being private and whatnot, the idea of the things that they hear makes sense to them. But why it exists is quite unclear. I want you to realize that the state of mind that most of us had at some point, or most of us have now, was not merely accumulated in a month, in a day, or a year for that matter. That is not to say that in order for you to gain clarity, it will take that long, because ultimately it depends on you and what you want to do. But nonetheless, know that whatever state of mind that you had once that got you in a certain level whereby you're beginning to realize maybe something needs to change, maybe there's more. You did not accumulate that state of mind overnight. It was a slow conditioning that you and I were not even aware of. So when introduced to the other side of the spectrum of how things work, give yourself some time. That's the best you can do for yourself. Commit yourself to excellence by nurturing your own mind. Your mind is very much like a child. Your mind is very much like a woman. A woman you need to take your time with to nurture. Give her the proper attention. Don't rush her. She wants to get it, or that child wants to get it, and that child can and will get it, but do not rush it. Think of a time when you were a child yourself and some type of adult, whether at school or at home, someone else was moving you too fast. Well, in this circumstance, when it comes to information of this nature, believe it or not, your own conscious mind and your need to make a change is that volatile aspect trying to push it. Your mind, on the other hand, since it's been conditioned to function in a predominant manner, knows what you want. You just have to give it some time. Introduce it to certain things and then rehash it over and over. Go over it. Stop. Think about why it is valid. Think about why it's not valid. Think about how you can put it to use. Just do some self-reflection on it. And as time goes on, you'll be able to see it as clear as day. But nonetheless, most of the answers are being given to you in black and white. Give yourself time. Where you and I are at right now did not occur overnight. It's like you're building a car. You're building your little go-kart, your little race car. For those who are into building cars, and you know you're almost ready, but you know there's just this little electrical component that's needed to make everything go together, but you're so eager to just take it out there and just hear that rumble. You're just eager to take it out there and feel that speed. If you're not careful and you take it out there and feel that speed, you might kill yourself with it. So take your time to put everything together. You can only put it together if you know how it works. You can only put it together if you know how it works. The video regarding the 508 and the different types of churches, we've shown exactly clearly how religious entities are affirmed per the Constitution and the right of association, and how no commercial auditing company such as the IRS can regulate their activities. And by virtue of that, they don't qualify for tax and they fall under exceptions. And as an extension of that extensions, they cannot be audited. In the video regarding the vehicle trust and many more other documents that I do, you will see the system pattern of layering an express trust on top of another trust, which is a 508. All that has significance when you comprehend this right here. The 508 itself can stand on its own when it comes to having a backbone of saying there's no tax liability. Because that's the ultimate thing. That if someone can dig into your pocket, they can effectively control your life. especially if they can dig to your pocket under duress and punishment reward system, which, by the way, that's what the tax system is. The tax system is just a punishment reward system. Behave this certain way when it comes to your money and your labor and time, and we'll reward you. Behave this other way with your money and your time and labor, and we'll punish you. It's just a reward punishment system. But there are exceptions to that reward punishment system where they cannot trespass against. And they themselves make it very clear. When a lot of people want to speak of status correction comes by way of the entity that you use to operate in commerce. When people speak of operating in commerce, they're speaking about the use of entities that qualify as a certain status. When they speak about being foreign, what they're talking about is not being able to be taxed, because through taxation is what they enforce military powers. Because they're saying you owe something, so now pay up. And we'll use the force of arms to enforce it. And this is not just only child support. Even if it's a supposed criminal activity, those criminal activity statutes, those criminal statutes that list the criminal activity, those statutes on the state level, after it's been taken from the Congressional or House Senate version and statutized, the reason why they statutize it is because within the process of statutizing it, they add monetary value. That's the reason why there's something called statutes of limitations. Statutes of limitations are nothing more but maturity date for each of those statutes of the state. If there's a statute that deals with burglary, a statute that deals with not paying child support, a statute that deals with theft of vehicle, trespassing, all those have monetary value. And those monetary value are attached by way of the complete 30-minute video is on the Patreon page. Take care. Best of luck.